Hi, my name is Elliot again. It's me, Elliot again. I'm here to discuss with you the principle of effective communications and the skills that you need for public speaking. So, when I started with this public speaking, I was a bit nervous. Why? Because I felt like I was gonna go off in tangent because I feel like when I start talking, I just keep talking to the point that I forget what was the whole message. So this is a good practice for me, don't you think? So we're gonna get started on the principle of effective communication. The first tool is you have to be well spoken. What I mean by being well spoken is you have to speak well. That's obvious, right? You'll be very surprised how a lot of people don't know how to speak well. And you have to, in order to communicate, you have to know how to speak well. You have to be a great listener. You have to listen to understand, not just be a listener to react. Because then you're gonna mistaken the whole feedback of everything. So that's the third thing is feedback. The message. What's the whole message of the whole communication? What am I communicating? What is this person communicating? So that's what you need. And the essentials for public speaking is you have to be prepared. That's number one. You have to be prepared. You have to have your notes. You have to dress presentable. You have to practice. You always have to practice. You could practice anywhere. You could practice at home. You could practice in the bathroom while you getting dressed for the day. You could practice while walking to your destination, to work, to school, what have you. Just practice anywhere. So when you get behind the camera, you know how to present yourself. So that's thing number two. The third is bring hard copies. You have to bring hard copies of your material. What I mean by hard copies is paper, like this. Paper, flashcards. My flashcards is empty, but you know what I'm saying. It's just for example. The reason why you need to have your hard copy is because with this technology, everything is run based on humans. So if the technology malfunctions and you don't have a hard copy, is that going to be the end of your presentation? Maybe you're not going to be the best speaker, or you're going to be considered as a failed presentation for the audience. So you don't want to be considered as a failed speaker. So you must bring your hard copy. And another thing, you have to know your audience. How you could know your audience by not meeting them is scan through them. Wherever you're speaking, you could speak in a big park, in a yard, in a church, in a school, somewhere where is a big crowd. Scan your audience for you can know how to present yourself, because you cannot present yourself. You cannot present to elders the way how you present a young crowd, because then it's gonna conflict a whole bunch of emotions that you don't want to deal with. So that's that. And also you have to engage with your audience too. You have to make sure that your audience is engaged. Ask them questions. Make them laugh. Well, how can you say it? Yeah, you make them laugh. You tell them a joke, or you bring them to the stage if you can, if you're allowed to, if it's an appropriate speech or topic that's being discussed, and just make them feel involved. Another thing is be well rested and not hungry. Sorry. be well rested and not hungry. Make sure you have a well balanced diet, and make sure you sleep well. You have to sleep, because if you're like me, I could be practically doing nothing or anything, and I will just fall asleep. So if you're that type of person, I feel that you need to you need to rest. You need to rest before you present your presentation, and show up early. Remember what they always say, or what I was taught is, when you show up on time, you early. No, what is it? When you show up early, you're on time. When you're on time, you're late. Got it. That's it. So, because tardiness is not okay at all. It's not. And make sure you carry your water, mints, to stay hydrated and refreshed, because there's some people that they get distracted easily, and when they're talking a lot, their mouth get dry. So in order to keep your mouth occupied, keep the mint in your mouth, drink some water like this, and that will be that. So and then for verbal and nonverbal communication, to maintain the interest of the audience, like I said, you need sense of humor, make them laugh, tell a story, and use visual content like pictures. And right now I don't have no pictures, but like say you're discussing about summertime and the activities you could do during the summertime. The pictures that would entail is going to the beach, a picture of the beach, going to the pool, and going to summer camp if you have kids. It's numbers of things you could show pictures of, and facial expressions, body language. It's very important when you're public speaking, because if you, like myself, I talk, when I'm not speaking, I speak with my facial expressions and my body language. And I'm working on it, but yeah, like a lot of people could tell how I'm feeling or how I'm feeling about a person based on how I'm looking at you, or basically how my face is presented, unfortunately, but fortunately at the same time. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. And with smiling, laughing with your audience, and standing and sitting upright, have your head up, have an approachable stance. You can't have your head down and having your arms folded and expect people to approach you or to listen to what you have to say. So, and lastly, I'm gonna say is technology is an aid. Aid is a help. Technology is your best friend. I'm telling you, technology is your best friend. Why I say that is, when it comes to presenting your oral presentation well enough, you need technology like the PowerPoints, Microsoft Word. You can use number of things. What's it called? That YouTube. You can use Prezi presentation. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but yeah, just basically how to organize your presentation, your oral presentation, and you can use it as your outline, as your guide. So again, I'm gonna repeat everything as far as okay, the principle of effective communication will be being well spoken and a good listener, and the message. You need a speaker, you need somebody to listen, and then you need a clear message of what you're trying to communicate to the listener, or vice versa. And the essential of public speaking is preparedness. Be prepared.